We welcome you all to the final day of a 5-day professional development program on innovative approaches in fashion system. To begin with today's program, allow me to invite our esteemed speaker, Dr. Saiko Jose, who will be speaking on sustainability in fashion industry. Sir is a scientist, textile chemistry, and Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute and Indian Council of Agricultural Research, Government of India. Dr. Saiko Jose has over 17 years of work experience. His forte lies in natural fibers, wet processing of textiles, nanotechnology, and fiber composites. Moreover, he also has a long list of paper publications, book chapters, and book edited, which counts to over 70. Sir has also shown interest in guiding scholars at master's and PhD level in his research journey. Sir has been conferred Best Scientist Award from ICAR, Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute in 2019. First prize for Best Innovative Idea, Idea Contest 2021, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kottayam. Best Research Paper Award, Sustainable Materials, ICAMMS Conference 2022. Now I request Sir to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you for your nice introduction. I could see many people over there, and I think I directly knowing Dr. Rajiv Kumar only. Others are new faces. Anyway, we'll get into touch with all of you. And in fact, very good morning to all. Even if it is a Saturday, I think there are a good number of people over there. And today I will talk on sustainability and the fashion. In fact, the first word is very familiar to me and not the second word. Fashion, of course, you people are you're from fashion designing or related field, and mine is, in fact, it's textile chemistry. But more or less, I am working on sustainable aspects of textiles, just like eco-friendly processing, eco-friendly products, and everything. So, just I would like to give a small lecture, maybe for maximum 1 hour or 45 minutes on these aspects. And I think all of you are from, I mean, the listeners are from textile background or fashion, or what is it?
So it is all over, like from fashion industry only, the academician, the researchers, and industry people also.
Fine, that's really great. In fact, I will start my introduction. I'm working as a scientist in Central Sheep and Wool Research Institute, Avikangandagar. It is a research institute under the body of ICR, Indian Council for Agricultural Research. And can you go to the next slide? Next. Yeah. So my area of specialization is natural fibers and especially wet processing, that is including dyeing, finishing of textiles, treatment also, nanotechnology, obvious, and fiber composites. Now I have research, international research publications, 51. I edited 4 books and 3 others are progress with Wiley, Elsevier. I contributed to 18 chapters, few technical articles, and current citation is 1157 and with the Google H index of 21. Next. So academics achievements from BSc, MSc, 2 ranks from university, and All India first rank for ARS, Agriculture Research Service. Few awards. Next. Yeah. Before joining as a scientist, I worked in a few industries. In first, it's a silk industry, second is cotton industry, and third one is a linen industry. So 7 years I worked in an industry. So this gave me a pretty confidence and entirely a different working culture what I'm following in our institute, because most of the scientists, those who are coming directly from academic backgrounds, their perspectives and my perspectives are different. And the advantage what I obtained from industrial experience is that I know what are the current trends, what is going on in the industry, what is the industrial need, um, and obviously the most modern techniques what they are using. These are all very important when a research is concerned, because if you're coming directly from academic background, the what will say the technologies what you might learn during your degree level or PG level, that might be obsoleted. So it is important to have some good information or latest information, so that you can focus your works on based on that. Now I have done some industrial consultancy for many industries, for around 10 industrial consultancy for different industries, and some institute projects guiding some students also, and already delivered some lectures. Next, coming to the this research, I'm an editorial member of many journals and designated peer reviewers in few journals like Elsevier, ACS, Mentor. And I have completed around 130 reviews. These are reviews are coming from these journals, according to my expertise. Next. Next, please. Yes. Now coming to the sustainability. Now I know it's very difficult to have a good interaction with you people, because you people are sitting over there in different locations of the country, and I'm sitting over here. In fact, I found that it is always good to have a face-to-face interaction. However, there is no scope for that one. In fact, just I would like to know your opinion about the sustainability. What do you think about sustainability? I mean, it's a we can take it as a discussion. I mean, you can share your experience or your perspectives, and I will also share my experience or perspectives with regards to the subject. So you please, what's your opinion? Anybody? This is just a definition I am displaying over there. In fact, you may have a different opinion or perspective. So what do you say about sustainability? Nobody? If anyone can answer for that one, I can go to the next slide. No, you can, I mean, instead of this one, no, I mean, typing your answers, just switch on your mic and say something. Is there any problem for using the mics? Miss Annie? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Raju sir?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah, is there any problem for using the mic for these candidates? I mean, those, I mean, people or those who are in online?
The participants can ask the questions in the chat box, sir.
Okay, I mean, they are not allowed to speak, right?
Yes.
I'm getting some answers through chat box only. Okay, fine. Some interesting answers. Eco-friendly, manpower utilization, ethical fashion, long-lasting. Yeah, textiles, social conscious. Okay, fine. So these are all, in fact, I will say it's very good answers. In fact, it is a all of you are having this different opinion about sustainability, right? So I agree with you. I will say it's a holistic approach. We cannot say in a single frame, you cannot say like that, or single word you cannot say that like that, like eco-friendly, or you say I mean ethical. So these are all the components, in fact. So it's a holistic approach. So people are saying that which can be a long-lasting material. Okay, fine. So do you think plastic is a long-lasting material? Do you think it is a sustainable material? Obviously, no. People are not. People are saying that plastic is not sustainable because even though you are having an opinion that it is long-lasting, but when I am asking a question, see, plastic is a long-lasting, and why can't you say it's a sustainable? But you are having different opinion, right? So you cannot say that all the long-lasting materials are sustainable. In fact, I must say the material which will be long-lasting for a certain period of time. After that, it should go for the biological process and it should decay. Unless and until it is biodegradable, it cannot fulfill the criteria of sustainability, right? So biodegradability is an also an important factor because suppose if you are making a textiles from cotton and you are making a textiles from polyester. Now, if you are asking which one is sustainable, you will have only an answer that cotton is sustainable, even though it is having its own limitations, its own advantages, whatever may be. But nobody will say polyester is a sustainable material when compared to cotton. So there are many things which is contributing to the sustainability of a material, right? So these are some of the definition which I kept over here for your reference. So you cannot define sustainability in a single sentence. It is having a diversified definition, right? Okay. Next, please. Okay. Now, the currently people are saying that the sustainability is having pillars. So there are three pillars. In fact, first is the environment, society, and economics. Now, environmental factors, obviously, just like it will not be causing some pollution. Uh, yeah, it should not be causing some pollutions. And somebody is saying that ethical, so it should be a ethical, and there are some social responsibilities there about the workers, those who are working on fashion industries. Also, obviously, the industries are finally looking up on the profits. So the industry cannot run without profit. So economics, because they have to get the profit for getting the, I mean, paying their salary, getting the raw material, making the things online and everything. So economics is also an important factor. So where these three are getting a conjugation, I mean, where you can say if all are getting overlapped in certain points, you can say it's sustainability, right? Next. Now, what is fashion? I mean, you people are from fashion technology or fashion designing. You people can much define fashion. This is a simple definition what I kept it from internet, but you may have a different opinion on fashion because you are the best people to define fashion. So tell me, I mean, you can type your answers in chat box so that I can just discuss that and we can go ahead. Your answers are coming. Just waiting for somebody's message on their opinion or their definition about fashion. Style accepted by masses. Okay, it's a style of humankind. It's okay. Any other answers? Yes, somebody is having a better. When I feel confident with my clothing, it is fashion for me. That's a much better definition, I will say. Our statement is right, but it is fashion is an expression without words, which is popular amongst people. Body suitable, CG. Okay, very good, nice. I mean, some of the definition is really, really, really appreciating. I am appreciating your concept of fashion because see, I'm totally out of fashion. I don't know anything about fashion. I know only textiles, or we'll say if you are saying dyeing or chemistry, it's fine for me. So new styles for different occasions, it's correct. Self-expression, yes. So in fact, fashion is a way of expressing ours in different we'll say occasions, maybe for example, if you are going for a wedding, you'll have a different type of fashion garments, and if you are going for a funeral, it may have different. If you are going for a party, it may be different. If you are going for school, there will be some, I mean, there will be some codes, dress code or something like that. In fact, that depends upon the context. Also, I will say that depends upon the period or the era. For example, if you are having some photograph of your parents, maybe 50 years back photos, so their fashion concepts are different. Our fashion concepts are different. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, next after 10 years, we can say different type of fashion concepts will be there. Sometimes I found that the fashions which was there may be 100 years back, fashion is coming after 100 years. So it may also happen, right? So these are all the things which I understand about fashion, and what you people typed on your chat box is it is extremely good. I'm much impressed with that because I also got something new about the fashion. Okay, now next. Now people are saying about sustainability. So as we already defined that sustainability, now why it is coming in, I mean, sustainability is demanding in many of the industries, not only in fashion or textiles. I mean, people are going behind these sustainable materials all over the globe because due to the industrialization, because of the pollution issues, development of new materials, creating no issues. So, say for example, when the plastic was invented, it was one of the best material. Today also, we like that we don't have any replacement for many of the plastic materials. Now, along with its advantages, so it is not biodegradable, though it is not causing any harm to me. Okay, but it will remain as the soil, and it will not get biodegraded. So even though it's a useful material, and we cannot think of a world without plastics. I will say that I mean, you won't agree that plastic is a sustainable material, but we cannot live without plastic now. So similarly, in case of fashion industry, like textile industry, most of the industries are running with the natural fibers, like we'll say cotton, linen, wool, silk. These are all some popular fibers. In fact, there are some other fibers are there, like polyester, which is going for apparels. Nylon is there, Kevlar, and there are some other industrial fibers, which is not going for fashion industry, but it is going for textiles, especially for technical textiles. So whenever we are dealing with the fashion industry, mostly we will say the fibers are polyester, maybe you can say nylon, and some of the textile industries, as I told you, it is going for technical textiles mainly. They are using different type of fibers. Next, please. Now, yes, this is the place where we have to address the sustainable issues. Now, uh, dyeing pre-treatments. I mean, all of you are familiar with the processes which are taking place in textile industry, especially when we are taking the fibers. No, before that, we can say that's if it is a cotton. Now, in the initial stage, there will be the cotton. It should be grown in a field where we are applying some herbicides, then fertilizers, pesticides. So don't think that dyeing industry is only causing the issues or sustainable issues to textiles. But when we are going to the root level, we will say that from sowing itself, from when we are going for I mean just in the root, we will say that as I told you, some of the chemicals, just herbicides are there, pesticides are there, fertilizers are there. These are all not very good for I mean soil. So here we are also losing sustainability, right? Now just behind that, now the industries, those who are producing these chemicals and fertilizers, they are also causing pollutions. So people just we will say how the textile industry is making pollution. Obviously, we will say these pre-treatments, chemical pre-treatments, dyeing and finishing are all the main culprits, right? But there are some other hidden culprits are there. Just like this, nobody is talking about the herbicide industry. Whenever we are talking about sustainable fashion, people will say that dyeing industries are making pollution and all these things, right? So anyway, this is also a fact that there are many aspects that we have to think or discuss while we are talking about sustainable fashion, because without a fiber you cannot make a yarn, without a yarn you cannot make a fabric, without fabric you cannot think of a fashion, right? So these are the basic things. Now why people are thinking about the change from the current situation, you know, we need a much better replacement for a material or process or technology which will be causing no harm to the environment or the least harm to the environment. So when we are talking about no harm material, it's always, I will say it's at the present situation very difficult, right? But less harming materials, like you can go for instead of a polyester fabric, you can for a cotton fabric wherever applicable. Eco-friendly processing like enzymatic scouring, enzymatic de-icing is also possible. Dyeing technologies, obviously natural dyings, people are interested. Obviously you might, I mean, I'm not sure that around 25% people of you people are interested in natural dyeing. Even one of my research area is natural dyeing. I have two papers on that. So, but I feel that all together, we will say we cannot change the world by eradication of the chemical process, but slowly we can reduce the impact of fashion industry on the pollution load, right? So this I want to say in this slide. Next please. You know what is a pollution issues which is related to industries on textiles. So mainly dyeing industry is causing pollution a lot. So around 16 years back, when I was working on a textile industry, that is a knitting industry, they are having a very good, very big plants of processing, wet processing. The machines were one. I was in charge of two machines. One machine is having a capacity of 1,200 kilogram, and another is having a 500 kilogram. So I was just after completing my MSc, just I joined in an industry. I was got a job as a supervisor, and I found that these the machines which are running in it's a soft flow machine, soft flow machine for knitted this garments. And what I found that the effluent what they are producing, I mean, I was just wonder how they are managing this one. Though the industry is having a huge effluent treatment plant, I found this is the effluent which is already produced in that industry is it is huge, and this effluent treatment plant is not able to I mean treat all the pollution load of the industry. Later, I left this industry. I joined in some other industry, silk industry, and all these things. Later, I found that I had a news. Most of the industries were shut down in Tirupur, especially it is Tamil Nadu, due to the pollution issue. And government allowed those industries who are having effluent treatment plants. Because I have personally seen that at that time, some of the rivers are having a color of a dye. Can you imagine that? So it's too much pollution. So you cannot, I mean, in my childhood, I used to swim in, I mean, I take a bath in the river or in a pond. But by seeing the river, no, you cannot imagine to go near to the river. So that much pollution load was there. So now the things are under control. They are having some precautions and everything. So you people are knowing about the harmful effects of environmental issues caused by the I mean fashion industries. Next. Now see, we are in the third stage of the pollution. We are the culprits of pollution. Just a second. Yes. So there are other companies, oil refineries, chemical processing industries, leather industries, all are contributing to the pollution load of the globe. In fact, the last two, that is chemical, I mean dyeing industries as well as leather processing industry. These industries are the third and fourth stage in the pollution, I mean list. And these are the main industries which is contributing to the our fashion, especially leather. If you have a chance to visit any leather industry, I think I must advise you to visit a textile industry and dyeing industry, I mean leather industry, so you can understand what is the pollution is causing by them. But when I am talking about something, no, about the pollution is there, you cannot say that BOD is there, COD is there. You may get an idea, but if you are going to visit an industry, you will have an actual idea how much pollution is caused by these industries. So as an average, fashion industry are contributing around 15% of global water pollution. So this is a statistics saying that we are in a textile industries are in a very good position to contribute towards the pollution load of the country, or we will say the globe. Next. Yeah, just back, I think 2 slide has been skipped. Yeah, right. So you know the negative impacts of the apparel industry. So we know without apparels, we cannot think of a life today, right? So without colors, you cannot you cannot think of a life. So we'll say these are some of the negative impacts of fashion industry, especially the resources. We are getting the resource depletion. It is causing the climate change due to greenhouse gases. Animals are suffering because you need a leather material. Water pollution, obviously, we discussed. Food insecurity because you have to plant more fibers. Say, for example, cotton plantation, it needs a lot of water, and also it needs a lot of space. Air pollution, you know how these fashion industries are contributing to the air pollution. Habitat destruction and human right abuses, because see, I don't know whether you are aware of the fact that generally in India the working shift is for 8 hours, but in textile industry it is, I mean, when I was working, it is for 12 hours, and half an hour before we have to join. I mean, to get the, I mean, we have to report for getting the shift, and after 12 hours, another half an hour we have to spend in the industry because we have to hand over the shift. So it will be in together these 13 hours. Now, when I was working in that industry, the shift time, I used to report on morning 8 o'clock, and I used to leave the industry by night 8:30. So it's around 12 yeah, 8, not 8:30, 9 o'clock, because the shift time was 8:30 to 8:30. If it is this week, if it is in the morning, other week it will be in the night. So, and 1 hour for reporting. So there will be 13 hours. And what I found that these people, I mean, I was there in a supervisor level, and when I saw this pathetic situation of the workers or laborers, they are getting very cheap salary. I mean, at that time it was around 2,000 rupees or 3,000 rupees for a labor for working around 13 hours, and there is only one holiday, one Sunday in 1 month. They will get a one Sunday. So it's a severe human right abuse. You know, people, I mean, they are having 30, if you are working in such a situation, you can understand the difficulties. Even if you are working in that place, now the things are much better, but at that time it was very pathetic. I can still I can recall the situation in that industry. So there are many things right now. It is also going in towards this human right abuses. So these about this negative impacts of the apparel industry. Next. Yeah. So you know why sustainable fashion? There are few things which we already discussed in other points. So we have to reduce the pollution load. We have to reduce the carbon dioxide emission and other greenhouse gases like methane. Water and energy, it is directly related to the processing and also cultivation. We will say that water is required for wet processing, but when we are coming to the cultivation point, I mean, watering is required or irrigation is required for all the crops, right? So it needs a lot of water and energy. And saves animals for, obviously it is for leather, and ensure fair wages and proper working conditions. So as I told you, the situation in Tirupur was very pathetic, and I will say, I don't know how I survived for a few years, but it gave me a lot of confidence, and in my personal life, that experience was I mean, I will say, even you can, I myself understand that you can work up to 13 or 14 hours in a industry. And that industry, when I was joining there, the machines were which we are working on polyester and cotton, it is used to working at 150 degree or more than 100 degree. So if it is a polyester dyeing, it will be 140 to 150 degree. Otherwise, it is a cotton, it will be 100 degrees. So it was so tight condition. I mean, if you are going to the industry and see the machines, if you are working in a I will say wet processing industry, you will have an experience of high humidity, high temperature. You will set like anything inside this industry, and also this working pressure and everything. It's also a very pathetic condition, right? So these are all, and we are getting very low salary. So wages are very, very minimal. So now you people cannot imagine, I mean, a situation where we have that type of experience in my life. Just I'm sharing with you. In fact, after completing my MSc, I joined in that industry, and after one working month, I got a salary of 2,450 rupees. It is in 2006. Okay. So as I told you, one Sunday off, and other days 13 hours working, and you have to work in a situation where the machines are running above 100 degrees Celsius. So it's a very difficult work. But in fact, it gave me a lot of confidence that you can work, you can consistently work, and now the things are much more better, but it gave me a lot of confidence. So tough times make a man strong, right? So it's my just a personal experience I'm sharing with this. Okay, next. So it's a definition. We already found a definition much earlier. Now it's people are saying that it is an all-inclusive terms describing the products, process, activities, and actors. Now we were discussed about the products, that is the garments, or the processes, the wet processing activities and actors, aiming to achieve a carbon neutral fashion industry. So carbon neutral industry, as you know, this carbon dioxide or the global warming gases are coming from the textile industries, which is causing drastic issues or problems to the ecology as well as human. We'll say whenever when we are talking about ecology, it will also affect the soil, then animals, fish, humans, everything, right? So we, by making a fashion, I will say now you see my shirt is white plus one blue color stripes are there. So if I would have avoid this blue color, this one, no, I mean blue color yarn, I would have a white color shirt, but I could save. I could say, so I can say that I can contribute somewhat to the I mean reduction in the carbon dioxide emission, or I can give something to carbon neutral fashion industry. But people, when we are saying about fashion, people are attracted in colors because you know, without color we cannot say a word. So color is very important to us. So we cannot say that I won't wear only white dress. It's not possible. Okay. So anyway, it's a part of our life, and since we are in a society where color is an important factor, so we will have different dress of different colors. But whenever you are selecting a dress, you just keep it in mind that the deeper the color or the darker the color, the darker or the more will be the environmental pollution. So this you also keep it in your mind. Next. So there are a few alternatives are there, which is pointing to the sustainable fashion. So these are all vegan, conscious fashion, eco-friendly and green, circular fashion, upcycled and recyclable, slow fashion, and thrifting, swapping, and renting. So just in one slides, I will just brief you because the terms and everything you might be better knowing than me. Just in one slide, I will try to brief the things. Next, please. So this is already explained this about in a different sense, people, profit, and planet. This all I already explained in my previous slide. Next, please. Yeah. So sustainable manufacturing and textile processes, which consist of sustainable fibers, obviously the natural fibers, dyeing the herbal sources like natural sources, or you can use some mineral sources. Pre-treatment, obviously instead of acid pre-treatment of cotton, you can go for enzymatic pre-treatment, which will be much eco-friendly. However, it will be costly. That also you have to keep in mind. Now, low water, waterless dyeing techniques, just like supercritical carbon dioxide is coming, which is entirely without water, or we can use a process which uses minimum quantity of water, like just like padding. Padding is consisting of 1:1 MLR. Material to liquor ratio is 1:1 or 1:1.5. Instead, if you are taking an exhaust method, it will take at least 1:8 or 1:10. So we need more quantity of water for exhaust dyeing when compared to your fabric dyeing or pad match method. And obviously we can reduce, reuse, and recycle the things. 3 R's are there. So this is also a process. These are some of the points which I would like to discuss when we are talking about the sustainable manufacturing aspects of the textile industry. Next. Now there are some methods. These methods, I will say, it can be implemented in certain aspects. It can be implemented in certain sectors, but not applicable to all the textile industry. So like rent, lease, and swap, second hand and vintage, on demand, custom fashion, repair it. So these are some of the protocols which could be adopted to form a sustainable textile industry, or sustainable aspects of textile industry. Next. Next, please. Yeah. So as I show in my previous slide, there are few aspects that we can think over to reduce the environmental pollution, or to reduce the load of greenhouse emission from textile industry. Now, slow fashion is a technical term. This is consisting of fashion is consisting of it's a development of expert artisans, or we will say artisanal fashion, right? So this is a method of reducing the environmental pollution. Next. Upcycling means once you used a garment, you can upcycle it and reuse it once again. Okay, so maybe you may need to do some patchwork or something like that, or that can be done. Or suppose we will say the bottles, that plastic bottles, the mineral water bottles, it is possible to melt it once again, and you can go for melt spinning, make a yarn, and use it as a textile. That is also possible, right? So we'll say that it's a recycling of a material. You know better than me, recycling of plastics. So plastic bottles can be recycled to form there are many research attempts which has been taking place to use these plastics and converted into textiles. Like polyester threads can be formed from this polyethylene threads can be formed from this plastic bodies. Next. Now, upcycle fashion, this I already discussed this, which will reduce the waste reduction, because if my shirt is got damaged, instead of throwing it away, I can upcycle it and I can reuse it again. So this is a, whenever I'm throw it away, I am also increasing the pollution load, and I'm in. I have to purchase one more shirt, so it involves some money also. So instead, I am going to a tailor and I say that there is a tear, so you please stitch it and give to me, so I can use it another 2 years, right? So this is another concept, right? So whenever something is getting biodegraded, some gases like methane is also getting produced. That is causing this environmental, greenhouses. So we can reduce it, okay? And if it is a blended material of cotton and polyester, only the cotton portion will be get biodegraded. The polyester portion will remain as it is. So if I am using it once again, I can reduce the pollution load, right? Okay, next. Thrifting, you are much familiar with this one. This thrift stores are, I think it is not much popular in India, but in abroad it is there. But you can say that it's a second-hand shops where this you can buy this used garments. You can once again use it, right? So maybe in the thrifting store you can see the garments which is already used. They are doing some treatments, or they are giving some value addition so that it will looks good, or it is having a better aesthetic appearance so that the customers are getting attracted in that. So this is another way of creating a sustainable fashion. Next. Circular fashion, it is a closed loop system of manufacturing approaches to recover discarded materials and waste. Just like as I told you, the plastic bottles which can be recycled and reused for making the textiles. So this is an example for circular fashion. Next. Conscious action is one of the most popular examples. So these technical terms are much familiar to you than me, because since you are working directly with this one. Now, how it will be estimated for? It's a simple example I'm giving on a washing of jeans. So all you people are having a habit of wearing jeans. So, okay, so the act of washing and drying of a plain of jeans is 2 to 3 times of the total energy consumed during its garment's life. So obviously this is a small example which is giving how much total energy is consumed, and I will say it's contributing towards the LCA. If you are knowledge of life cycle assessment or analysis, you can have a better look how these fashion industry is causing pollution in long term, because we are assessing the whole lifespan analysis, okay, life cycle analysis. So there are a few techniques in which you can assess the life cycle analysis of textiles. So it's a part of the research. People are in India also, in many fashion in abroad also, people are working on the LC on textiles. So if you're checking in research journals, you can find many research articles which is related to the LC of textiles. Next. Together we will say how fashion, how can we define a fashion brand? So there are many fashion brands are there. it's endless, countless, numerous. So they are having their own peculiarities. Okay. So some people are saying that we are using this one, we are using this technology, we are using that technology, and everything. So I mean, somehow they would like to say and market the product, saying that we are creating less pollution to the environment. Nowadays, if you are seeing an industry, I mean, especially the export units, say for example, 10 years back when I was working in a linen industry, there are many clients like just like Mark and Spencer, Dockers, Victoria, like that many brands are there. They used to come to the industry which is situated in India. They used to do the auditing, external auditing. So they want to ensure that the products they are getting from India is following some of the specification which is described by their company. Okay, so for example, the company is ensuring that we are doing the pre-treatment by enzymatic treatment, and in fact, if they are following instead of enzymatic treatment, if they are going for acid treatment, that is a profit to the company. But it is against the agreement which is made with this buyer, or we'll say Mark and Spencer. Suppose the Mark and Spencer M&S is the buyer, they must say that, they will say that, see, our product should go through each and every process. We will define the process, you have to follow that one. So the company should follow that, right? The industry should follow that. So like that, if the company, the industry is following all these aspects, so they can say it is environmental friendly techniques. I mean, we are producing the garments to environmental friendly techniques, like that. So it's a, I mean, in fact, they are just marketing these technologies. Also, it is causing a obviously the price of the garment will be definitely higher, because when we are talking about sustainability or environmental friendly, obviously the methods or the chemicals or the things what we are using, mostly it will be costlier or expensive than the chemicals which is already existing in the nature, I mean industry, like just replacement of NaOH with enzymes. So these are some of the examples which I am sharing with you, how this branding is taking place in sustainable in terms of sustainability in garments. Next. So these some of the natural fibers like wool, cotton, linen, hemp, and native. These are some of the natural fibers which we are using in our day by day in our garments or textiles. Additionally, there are some synthetic fibers are there, just like man-made, we will say viscose and tensile. So these are some of the natural and man-made fibers. So in synthetic fibers, mainly polyester using for making the apparels. Next. Okay. Now coming to the ethical and fair trade activities. So ethical fashion companies activities and brands deal with the people and their welfare. So as I told you in the beginning, it is not only the chemicals, it is also it's about the human rights, or the people, those who are working in the industry, their welfare is concerned. Now there should not be any child labor. These are all very stringent regulations which will be followed by, I mean, which will be instructed by the European companies. Especially there will not be any labor child. There will not be any gender discrimination. There should be some safe working conditions. So there are many conditions when a European company or brand is approaching you for making a product. There will be a lot of conditions. So unless and until you are achieving or you are obeying these conditions, you will not get the order from the company. So these are all contributing to the ethical. Mainly, it is related to the policies and the things which is related to human rights. Next. So it's already I discussed green fashion. I mean, it's a replacement of harmful chemicals which is currently using in the nature, I mean industries. So green fashion companies advocate the replacement of such materials which are eco-friendly and biodegradable products, right? So this is a perspective of green fashion or eco-friendly fashion. For example, if you are having a dress, I mean, we'll say fabric, which is dyed with the synthetics and which is dyed with the natural. So, I mean, maybe the color properties may vary, but we will say that the natural dyed material will be a sustainable or much better option than synthetics. But there will be some problems with the natural dyes that we'll discuss in a later stage. Next. So some of the international and Indian sustainable brands, I mean, they are claiming that they are sustainable, but actually we don't know what is the sustainable methods they are adopting, how it is implemented, and all these things. So I mean, this is just information I got it from internet, so just I'm compiling that. Next. So another thing we are dealing, mostly our discussion is based on textiles and apparels. So leather is an other material which is mainly using for textile, I mean fashion industries. So people are concerned about the, I mean, there are many people in many countries, people are concerned about animals. They don't want to kill the animals for producing leather. So there are other alternatives for leather, like vegan leather, which is taken from plant resources. So I just will tell you some of the companies. Next, please. So these are some of the brands which is popular in vegan leather. Just Pinatex, which is currently producing leather from pineapple leaf fiber. Desoto is taking leather from cactus leaves. Feather leaves from flowers, leaf from apple leaves, mushroom, and coconut oil. So these are some of the companies they are producing in medium scale or in large scale. I mean, they are producing vegan leather from different sources. So the properties of the vegan leather will vary depending upon the raw material. Also, mostly they are using some polymers. So depending on the polymers and the raw material, the properties will vary. So you cannot say that the vegan leather which is producing from coconut water, it will resemble pineapple, I mean Pinatex. So properties are different, appearance will be different, texture will be different, color will be different. It will be entered different material. Next. See, it's a news which I read. So just I was thinking I will quote it here. Last year, London Fashion Week, it is a most popular, I think it is a most popular fashion week. They prohibited designers using animal fur on its catwalks. So, I mean, there are some initiative step which has been taking place in the sustainable fashion industry towards achieving the sustainability in fashion industry. So I will say this is one among them. Next. So thank you. This is my acknowledgement. I was a part of the team of NINFET Kolkata, CSWRI Jaipur, Vikarnagar, Mahatma Gandhi University, where I did my PhD. Some of the industrial collaborators like Anandan, Robust, Nova Milan, it's a UK company, and my students, those who helped me to prepare this PPT, my Dr. Vandana Bandari and Pratiksha. Next. Yeah, this is my publications. You can see Elsevier, sustainable, cleaner production, sustainable materials. So this cleaner production, sustainable materials, you can see these top high impact factor journals. Mostly the papers which I published over it, though it is a textile one, but it is a eco-friendly and sustainable materials. Just like in Journal of Cleaner Production, I have 3 papers. So both 2 papers are related to sustainable dyeing, sustainable technologies, and second one is sustainable materials and technologies. I adopted some sustainable technologies which will give which will impart shrink to finish. International Journal of Biomedical, almost same. So I mean, why I am showing these slides, because then clean and technologies and environmental policies, now the research trend and trend is going towards sustainability. Now if you are seeing these top 5-6 journals, they are having high impact factor, because these the aim and scope of the journal is I mean, it is sustainable or eco-friendly and all these things. So that is why I mean, their impact factor is getting improved. So even though I publish these articles on textiles, but when I focus on sustainability, they accepted my papers. So this I would like to say that now the research is also towards, I mean, a lot of work is going on towards a sustainable or eco-friendly processes. Next, please. So this some of the this one, I have most of the papers in Journal of Natural Fiber from Poland, because I work on textiles, and some other waste and biomass valorization is also a sustainable material. This one, Silicon Textile Institute. These are some of the journals which I have publications. All are international. Next. Some of my books, just wool polymer composites, handbook of textile, museum textiles. There are 2 volumes. Volume 1 is for conservation and cultural heritage. Second one is for scientific and technical research. Other book on wool, handbook on wool, it's on from Elsevier, and last one is non-destructive material characterization. That is also from Elsevier. Next. So my just in 5 minutes, I will just give my areas of research. Next. One of the area of my research industry is on natural fiber composites. Just like in the first figure, you can see it's like leather like texture. I made it from natural rubber and some reinforcing some textile fibers like flax, wool, and everything. It will imitate leather in certain aspects. And second one is a tea coaster which made from wool and thermoplastic composite. Next. Another area of my research is extraction and characterization of unconventional fibers. Just like my most of the research, many papers I do have on pineapple leaf fiber. So this is a machine which I fabricated for the extraction of pineapple from fiber from pineapple leaves, and this is the fiber. Next. Wool, obviously I am in a wool research institute, so my research mandate is wool and I'm working on wool. Next. Finally, the natural dyes. Natural dyes means many people are doing natural dyes, but I want to do something different. So if you are seeing, I have 4 or 5 research papers on natural dyes, but I published, I will try to publish in high impact factor journals. So whenever I am thinking about a natural dyes, I will always keep it in mind that it should go for a high impact factor research publication. Also, if possible, it could be a good option for an industry. So we do have some tie-up with some of the companies, those who are dyeing with natural dyes. We also providing some trainings for students or industries or teachers, faculties are used to come over here for getting the training. So we are providing training mainly on textile testing, textile chemistry, composites, then basic textiles, some testing and everything. Also natural dyes. These are the regular training. Maybe once in a while we used to announce the training. The people from different countries, they used to come over here. They'll stay for 1 week and getting the training. So these are some of our activities. Next. So thank you for questions, Hirans. I think I consumed 1 hour. In fact, I was thinking to conclude in 45 minutes, but I took some time. I think still I think I am on time. I think I have time up to 11:30. So thank you all of you for patience listening. I don't know because it's a the fashion is a different. It's not my core discipline, and I have limited knowledge on text. This one fashion. So I was trying to convince the things in a very simple manner, not too much technical, an overview. That's all. So I don't know how much effective my lecture would be because you people are from textile industry, and I mean this one fashion textile. So you'll have a better aspects of fashion. Anyway, thank you once again, and if you have some queries, you please.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really enlightening and insightful lecture on textile and the sustainability. That will definitely be way for future research. So we have got questions. Uh, the question is from Bhavita Bhandari. Her question is, cotton cultivation consumes a lot of pesticides. So how can it be called eco-friendly?
Yeah, that I know. I mean, whenever you are cultivating something, anyway, anything, say for example, not only cotton, if you are using flax, or even if you are taking vegetables daily in the morning or afternoon, lunch or dinner. So without pesticide, you cannot imagine, or without herbicides, or without your fertilizer, you cannot imagine a world which is whatever the things we are producing from soil, it needs all these things, right? So in that aspect, when compared to other fibers like polyester fiber, we'll say it is eco-friendly or sustainable. But the sustainability where we will say this is applicable to the natural fiber particularly, because currently, as of today, I'm telling, you cannot produce any vegetable crops, anything without the use of pesticides, right? So in that aspect, there are some issues which is caused by pesticides or herbicides. Still, we have to consider it as a sustainable option for the fashion industry.
Thank you so much, sir. It was there is another question which has popped out recently. It is from Lata Samant. So her question is, sir, we talk and work towards sustainable fashion and textile, but its adoption among consumers and manufacturers is still low. So what are your suggestions on this regard?
Yeah, see, for example, we were talking about, I mean, second-hand dresses, thrift house, and everything. So, people in India are, first of all, they are not aware of the things. I mean, you cannot find a thrift house in India, and people are thinking that wearing a second-hand dress is it's not comfortable to me, like that. So ultimately, the perspective of the people should change, unless and until you are educating the people, uh, or you are making aware of the people. These are the things which will contribute towards this one. I mean, if you are simply approaching you and I'm giving you a second-hand shirt, you will not wear it unless and until you are convinced with that, right? So this is the first thing. Educating the people is the first step, where it is the first step what I am thinking towards the answer for this question.
Yes, definitely, sir. The question are rightly addressed. Another question, sir, from Dr. Kalpana Munjal. So, Dr. Munjal's question reads that when we develop a new fabric with blending of two different fibers for apparel purpose, which properties are essential to test?
Okay. Now the basic question that I understand, what are the properties of the fibers that has to be considered while we are blending? Okay. So there are important three properties. So first one is the fiber length. Fiber length is the important property. Second one, the fiber diameter. Third one is the blend composition. And fourth one, I will say elongation of the properties, elongation properties. Fifth one, I will say the machineries in which you are intended to blend it. So you cannot blend cotton fiber in a flax, this one machine. These five things, parameters that you have to identify, and accordingly, if the say why people are blending cotton with polyester, because the properties are somewhat identical. So identical fibers should blend it. Otherwise, if it is a cotton fiber, you cannot blend cotton with coir. Coir is very, I will say, its my diameter will come around more than 100. Cotton will have below 10. So it's not at all identical. Their density, diameter is different, their elongation is different, their length is different, their processing techniques are different. So if these 4 or 5 parameters different, you cannot make a uniform blend, right? So these things has to be taken care.
There is few more questions, sir. And the next question is just a minute, sir. Yes, the next question is, sir, can cotton be blended with corn husk fiber?
Now, I will say it will not give you an intimate blend, because corn husk fibers that is having very high diameter, it is having diameter and its length are different, elongation is different, so it doesn't have any uniformity with the cotton. So if you're going for an intimate blend, it cannot make a intimate yarn. And another difficulty, in which machineries you will blend and make the yarn, because you don't have a specific machine for making corn husk fiber, yarn, or the corn husk yarn fiber, if you are putting in a cotton machinery, that won't work. So I won't say, I will say it's not possible to get an intimate blend from this.
Yes, sir. There is another very interesting question from Lise Matthew. So his question is, when we try to come up with new trial of natural fiber, what are the properties to be identified and for comparing or blending with conventional fiber? And for
that I already discussed. These are the 5 properties that has to be taken care.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. So, sir, thank you so much. And the questions are rightly addressed to the participants. And now we will be moving on to our next speaker, sir. So thank you so much for buying us time for our session. And it was really enlightening and insightful lecture on the textile and the sustainability that you described, which will definitely pave way for future research, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And we hope you to be staying connected with you in the near future as well. Thank you so much, Dr. Jose.
Thank you very much.
Now, I would like to invite our next esteemed speaker for the next session. That is Dr. Ritu Pandey, who will be speaking on seamless fashion. Dr. Pandey is an assistant professor in the Department of Textiles and Clothing, Faculty of Home Science, Chandrasekhar Azad, University of Agriculture and Technology, Kanpur. Ma'am is the author of the book Flax Fiber Processing Technology, Dr. Pandey has published multiple research papers in both national and international journals, as well as presented a handful of them in various conferences. Ma'am has won many awards, including the Academic Awards for Research Publication of NAAS rating for the last 5 years. And she has won Shakti Swarupa Award in 2022 and the Aparajita Award for outstanding research work by Amar Ujjala on the occasion of Women's Day and Indo-Soviet Friendship Award in the year 1988. Now I would like to request ma'am to please address the gathering. Thank you so much, ma'am. And please, this panel is yours. You can start with your insightful insightful insight in the particular thing.
Okay, thank you. Let me open my presentation. Okay. I'm not able to find it. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. And being from Fashion Institute, you must be knowing my title of the presentation is Seamless Fashion. And since all the students are from fashion background, so they must be knowing what is seam and what does mean about seamless. But let's first define about seam. Seam are formed when two or more layers of the fabric, two or more layers of the pieces of fabric are held together by a stitch. A stitch produced on a single layer of fabric is not considered as seam, but called stitching. Traditionally, sewing machine, needle, threads are used to join different layers of the fabric to create a seam. Today, we will discuss about seamless dress as well as how to join two-dimensional fabric to create three-dimensional form without using sewing machine, needle, or threads. So presentation content are historical ensemble. I have chosen historical ensemble since they were basically in the seamless form. So let's see what they are about. Then no sew bonding. So no sew bonding techniques are, I have used those techniques which were, which we are not using the traditional method, but using some advanced method. No sew revolution and innovations you will see in the coming slides. Sorry, my phone is disturbing me. Sorry. Oh, I'm not able to scroll it. Is there a technical problem?
IT team, can you please help?
I'm not.
Yes, ma'am. It is visible, ma'am.
Yeah. So next, first come up with the advantages. Why no sew fashion? And there is a Chinese idiom, cloths from heaven are without seam, because traditionally at that time cloths were without seam, which you will see in the next slides. And why no sew fashion? Because it obvious fabric laying, then no cutting is required, no sewing is required. So it is a zero waste costume, zero waste fashion. And it saves 21% manufacturing time in case of direct pattern on loom, which we will discuss in coming slides. Then it minimizes production cost 40% than the existing apparel production. And in case of knitted sportswear, you all must be knowing knitted sportswear are seamless, and so they provide comfort and perfect fit. So coming to the historical ensemble, toga is considered as national dress of Romans. So this fabric length is thrice the height of the wearer. So what they do, they just wrap it in a different way. And the wrapping shows the individuality there, their personal pride it shows. And it is usually worn over a stola or tunic, which is also held in place using brooches or belt or some clasps. And this toga is semicircular in shape. Next is chiton. Chiton is a Greek dress. So again, a single piece of fabric that has been, and it is 15 feet in length and 7 feet wide. So it's a long piece of material which is draped in so many ways, showing their personal choice, their individuality. And it is tied with the brooches to maintain the folds and to control the height or length. They use several belts, more than 2 belts or girdles they use to keep the material in place and not flowing too much. And from one single material, several dresses are possible, like peplos is possible, then Doric chiton, which is associated with the soldiers, and Ionic chiton, which is associated with the philosophers, then chitons is available. Himation is possible with the single piece of material. Again, there is problem. Okay. This chiton and himation, they were of Greek origin, and they were used in everyday clothing. They were work wear also at that time. As you can see in a construction site, the architects and designers, they are wearing the chiton and himation, and they are able to work. And these were everyday clothing, and one piece of material can be used in different ways to create different garment. A school in Athens. You can see the students wearing chiton and himation, and there was no desire for tightness or fit, and they were comfortable. They were easy to move, and there was no restriction. And you can see the single piece of material, but so many patterns, so many designs, so many structure you can see, because they used to show their individuality in draping those garments. Next, classic sari. Sari again is a single piece of material which is draped in so many ways to create a different style. Then men's lower or dhoti or longi. The first photo is from Iran, where he is holding a neatly draped towel and lower. And the next two photo images are from Sri Lanka. Again, the lower has been put in place using a belt, girdle, or some knots. Similarly, in Indian, 3 ancient dresses were Uttariya for upper garment, then Antariya, the lower garment, and Kayabant or belt, which was used to keep the lower garment in place, and they were lower garment were knotted also. So these ancient 3 garments were also unstitched garments. Metallic textiles I have included because it is also from ancient world. And the first image which you see is a portrait of Elizabeth I, which was displayed at the Tower of London long after her demise. And before that, it was known that armors are used by the kings and knights during war or jousting. But this was a fashion, obviously it is a seamless garment, and it was a fashion statement at that era also. So you can see the work in the second image. It is highly dimensioning and very fine sparkling work is there. And they were practical garments also. As you can see in the third image, there are individual pieces for individual fingers are given there. And the last image shows the pattern pieces from the Master Armorer's Handbook. And if you see the current uses of metallic garments, it is in the form of electronic textiles. And these filaments are filled or welded in the conventional yarns to give conductivity to those yarns. And these conductive yarns are woven or knitted into the garments, and they provide circuit to the sensors for sweating and breathing rate, and then temperature control, these things they provide. So they have many biomedical and biogenic uses in the current world also. Bark cloth is also an ancient art, and it has been regarded by UNESCO as masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. To obtain this fabric, they just slit the fabric tree bark and take out the whole bark. Those bark are then steeped in water and then given steamed also, then pounded with the mallets. And after months of treatments, they receive a felt larger than the original bark. And one tree gives 40 to 50 such fabrics in its lifetime. And once that bark is taken out, it is wrapped in the banana leaves to heal and regrow. The last image, you can see the lady has wrapped the bark cloth and has been put in the place using the belt. Mud cotton is also very ancient art. In this, the cotton fabric is steeped in mud, and after weeks of soaking, it gets a characteristic black color, and the white bleaching line is also given using the natural material. The image of the mud cotton dress is finished with the buttonhole stitch. Again, sari, which is a single piece of material but can be used in so many ways, and within no time, the fabric becomes a garment. Current uses of these no-stitched stoles and garments, it is rocking the ramp also, like this. This is stole, mud silk stole by Sophie Hong. Mud silk is again, the silk is soaked in the mud for several weeks, and it gives it, the mud is iron rich. It gives it the UV protection factor also, and it gives antimicrobial property to the fabric also, and a characteristic brown to black color also, depending upon the time you are soaking the material in the mud. Hemp stole on the fashion ramp. Hemp stole on the ramp, and lower is also unstitched wraparound dress, wraparound and a stole. These are the current fashions where unstitched garments are used. Then wraparound, unstitched wraparound. And these traditional things, braiding, basket weave, macrame, and knotting, and some weaves also, they also give a complex seamless structure to a fabric. Then coming to the no sew joining, traditional method, as we know, is by lock stitch machine or sewing machine is used to join the fabric. But there are other techniques which can be used to join the fabric, and they are advantageous also. First is bonding. Bonding of the edges is done by using some chemical or glue. Then ultrasonic welding. And ultrasonic energy is a mechanical vibrational energy which operates beyond the audible sound. And advantage is it cuts also the edges and finishes and seals also it. It's a cost-effective method. There is no seam needle punching. There is no breakage of the yarn. There is no problem of the color matching of the thread, then no thread unraveling. And only limitation is it should be used on thermoplastic fabric, and with the blend also it will work well. And it doesn't give the thickness to the edges, but only limitation is some stiffness is there as compared to the traditional sewing method. Then we have sealing tapes, brooches, Velcro, fasteners, needle felting, which is a needle with the barbed wires. It is inserted at the edges or the place where it has to be joined. And what it does is entangles the fibers of the edges. So it gets entangled and it does not fall apart. Then knotting, macrame, crochet, hot air press, Teflon press, and their performance is comparable to the normal traditional sewing method. Then fashion innovation, coming to the fashion innovation, because usual way of doing the things is not always better. And one must revisit the traditional to get the tradition to get the new solution. Like what Siddharth Upadhyay did, he was also a fashionist student. He made garment panel from the computerized jacquard loom where he fed the information, and direct pattern on the loom were received. And these patterns, you can see, they were stitched into the garment. And it saves 21% of manufacturing time because no fabric laying is involved, no cutting is involved. Direct panel is coming from the loom. And it reduces 40% cost. Drafting, pattern making, spreading, marking, grading, cutting is eliminated. And this was regarded as one of the top 9 fashion innovation across the globe. Next is Spring Summer 2004 collection of Hamish Morrow. What was unique in this, he did not use any traditional sewing method. What he used was ultrasonic energy. So all the seams were joined using the ultrasonic energy. Before that, ultrasonic energy was being used, but to seal the plastics and rainproof material. And this black dress by Elizabeth Hurley is one of the most talked about dress of Gianni Versace. And this, what was unique about it, the joining of the edges was done by using gold safety pins. And this dress is said to have given boost to the career of Elizabeth Hurley also, and one of the most talked about dress of Gianni Versace. Next, we are coming to the seamless innovation, because now we have seen how to do sewing without tradition method and some innovations we have seen, but seamless, what is being done in that area, that we are coming to. So basically, knitted fabric is always associated with the seamless garment, because yarn goes into the knitting and the shaped fabric comes out of it. So for that, circular knitting machine is used, double bed flat knitting machine is used, and fully fashioned garment is possible. And use of lycra or spandex, which is elastic yarn, they give it proper shape at the desired place, and it gives them a stretch also. Then dress created through seamless knitting has no waste, because from yarn directly, and after knitting directly fabric is coming. Otherwise, in conventional method, from yarn knitting is done, then cutting, stitching and sewing, and then garment comes. So seamless is basically, it is reducing the cost also, and it is time also, cost and time both are being saved in this. Next is a POC or a piece of cloth by Issey Miyake and Dai Fujiwara. And it is this dress is said to be breaking one law of fashion physics, that is cut and sew. The thread goes into the loom and a continuous tube comes of the material comes out, which contains dresses like shirts, pants, t-shirts. So there is a faint outline woven into this material from where the customer can cut the shirt and pants. So from one whole lot of material, you can get several garments. And it was done on an industrial weaving machine. And it was done on jacquard weaving, and lot of pre-programming was done before making this fabric. Next is Fabricant by Manuel Torres. It was his research project. What he did, he just, it is literally fabric from the can. So the can, it contained the fiber solution, and fiber solution was sprayed on the model. And the model, Bela Hadid, is showing the garment, which is just made out of the fibers only. So there is no yarn, no weaving, just fiber to fabric. So this fabric, so these materials, they can change the fashion system in future, because fashion is commercialism, it consumption, then marketing, and it involves distribution and so many other things. But if new materials and methods come, then the whole system of not only the design and manufacturing, but the consumption and commercialization, distribution and marketing will be changed. Because in some of the cases, the garment fabric is made in one place and stitching is done in another place, sometimes in another country. So if we are making in one place fiber to fabric, then we are reducing the fabric shipping cost also. Other cost is being reduced, time is being reduced, and shipping cost is also being reduced. And this details of Dieter von Teese 3D printed seamless dress. This was done by Francis Betonti and Michael. And this is, it combines the design with the technology. And the designer is a architect. What he did, he joined the 3,000 pieces using selective laser sintering, and they were fused, the layers of the material were fused using laser and laser and plastic powder. So this is also an entirely new system of where fashion is shown. Susan Lee, she developed biocellulose from bacteria, yeast, fungi, and algae. And these material can be shaped to the garment in the garment form. Then George Pleonis, he did hand weaving of the shaped woven sleeves. It was done on a purpose-built loom, and you can see the design. There is no seam there, and the whole tube of the sleeves came out. Whole weaving garment was attempted by Jacqueline Lefford for her research project. And this was accomplished using jacquard loom and weave structure. And this approach merges two separate manufacturing industries, construction of cloth and garment as one. The loom woven fabric is shaped through weave structure and texture. The garment is cut from the fabric and the edges are turned inside. The edges are sometimes bonded through heat to prevent fraying. So this was the garment made out of loom. There was no cutting. So basically a jacquard tubeless dress was made and different type of weaving was done to create the structure and texture. Linda Dekla, for her project, she worked on the loom. She did direct experimentation on loom. She created floats, elastic, binding to create texture and drape of the fabric. These garments you are seeing is just out of the loom. And using double weave, they made it on the loom. These are some of the specialized weaves that creates texture. These are Leno weave, then ripstop weave, triaxial, biaxial weaves, then 3D weaves, and it gives some texture to the fabric. So utilizing these texture, the shape is given to the material made on the looms. This research was done for seamless garments. And these are shapeable seamless woven textile having a stretchability because lycra spandex was used for a stretch, and weaves were used very simple, plain, basket, twill, satin, and sateen. Excuse me. Again, same set of scientists, they used compound weaves, which we discussed earlier, triaxial and biaxial weaves. They made honeycomb structure to give some texture to the garments and some shrinkage at some places, extensibility, and pleats were also provided, texture to these shapes, and result is a colorful, seamless garments. So what is required in this area? This is my last slide. What is required? I'm just summing up. What is required is a convergent culture where fashion designers, they join the software engineers and material scientists and product engineers, electronic engineers for their creative input. And this way we can come out with some good assembled seamless garments, which give a shape to the future also. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your enlightening lecture. Your take on seamless fashion was very valuable for our participants, and we look forward to our future collaborations also. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
The chat box is flooded with many appreciation comments, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you for having me. I hope I am able to make you understand. Means for to the students I am talking, if they have any query, because you are fashion is student, so you must be knowing all these things. I'm not sure, but it's still seamless. I found something.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, there is one question from Liz Matthew. Are these garments commercially viable for regular use?
Some of the designers that because APOC by Issey Miyake is commercially viable. If you go to their site, you will find this dress and you will get 35 sets of garments, gloves, and everything. And like Siddharth Upadhyay, his brand is August and 8. So he is marketing these garments, direct panel, means he is doing a stitching, but in the seamless form, I think it is under research only. These things are being researched, and these are the researchers who have done some work on this, which I have discussed their work, because I tried to find out all the researchers' work and compiled it here. So not much was found, but few notable work was found that I have presented today. But a lot can be done in this area. Like if you go to the traditionally toga was woven into the semicircular shape. It was not cut. So traditionally they knew the technology in the handloom itself. So now we have pre-programmed computerized machines. So we can definitely do it, but we need to do some researches are being done. We can take advantage from that. We can take lead from that, and we can go about it because it's a new area for the students also. So they can go about it and create something like this in future for their research project.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your insightful session. And thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thank you, Annie. Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you, Prashant. Thank you.
So, as we are a very young university, we would like to know your suggestions and feedback for improving this kind of PDPs. I am asking to all the participants if they can turn on their videos and audio to give their live feedback if they want to. Dear participants, IT team, please enable the video and audio options for all the participants.
Given, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir. So if anybody from the participants would like to share regarding this PDP, you're welcome.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
Yes, Dr. Kalpana.
Overall, this professional development program was very good. I mean, very informative. All the experts were very great. I mean, they were great. I was having so many doubts which I've cleared during these 5 days. So it was very helpful for me to understand all the queries which I have in my mind regarding all these things. So thank you for conducting such a good 5 days week long professional development program. And thanks to all the experts.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your valuable words.
Thank you, ma'am.
Again, I ask the participants if anybody would like to comment or add their valuable suggestions. They are welcome.
One suggestion is there, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Like as per NAC criteria, NAC is not accepting a 5 days FDP certificate of the academician. So the FDP should be a 1 week long or it should be 7 days. So in future, if you plan any of the professional development program or a faculty development program, kindly, make the duration of 1 week or a 7 days program.
Sure, ma'am. We will definitely look forward to apply this to our next PDP or FDP, ma'am. Thank you so much for your suggestion. Again, I will ask the participants if there are any suggestions or feedback you would like to give here. People are rumbling in the chat box. If you could please say it by turning on your video and audio, please.
Hello, this is Dr. Babita Bhandari from NIFT Kangra, Himachal Pradesh. I may not be able to unmute my video. The PDP organized by Amity University was very professional, I would say, since I have joined many other programs, but this was the first one I saw that every day it is starting at 10 sharp AM. So it was very nice, very professional, I would say, and very well organized. And the experts were from different institutes having different expertise. So that gave us a very holistic perspective on about fashion system. Yes, there is a lot of scope of incorporating many more topics or many more topics to be incorporated in for the future PDPs. But yes, to begin with, it was very good, and yes, the whole week was a great learning experience for all of us, I would say. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such wonderful comments. And we look forward to serving you with such kinds of PDPs and FDPs in future also. Thank you so much. Dear participants, the feedback link is posted in the chat box. You are requested to fill it today itself. I would like to read some comments from the chat box. Ramandeep Kaur says that it was an excellent session. Neeti ma'am says that overall very good session. Dr. Shikha says very informative session. And Liz Matthew, thank you Amity University for arranging these wonderful sessions. Thank you so much, dear participants, for all of your suggestions and all of your compliments. And the comments are still flooding, and it gives me a great pleasure to read all of these comments. Amit Madhu says very informative and wonderful sessions. Thanks to organizing committee. Thank you to you too, ma'am, because for these kind of sessions to be successful, we need participants like you all for this program, ma'am. Thank you so much. Priyanka Yadav says, thank you, Amity University. Mona Lisa Das, ma'am, thanks to all the team, make this PDP very fruitful. Thanks to you too, ma'am. Mr. Sumit Kumar says, it was great PDP, very professionally organized. Thank you so much, sir. Seema Nagrat ma'am says, well done, team Amity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Pratima Goyal ma'am, he says, excellent topics with excellent speakers. Million congratulations to team Amity for organizing such a fabulous PDP. Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very nice to see your comment in this for this program. Thank you so much.
So on behalf of Amity School of Fashion Technology, As this is our final day, the chat box is still flooding with a lot of greetings and a lot of good wishes. And we hope we are connecting with every participants and trying to connect every participant's comments. And we are trying to implement the comments that came earlier to extend the time of this particular PDP to 1 week at least. Thank you so much. And there are many such comments from Dr. Saptarshi. She is saying wonderfully organized. Kudos to the organizing team of Amity University. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this beautiful greeting. Charmi Doshi, very well organized. Looking forward to more such sessions. Thank you so much. Savitri Sapre, thank you so much, Amity University, for conducting very informative and practical knowledge. Bhunesh, ma'am, very professional and useful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Lata, ma'am, thank you so much. It was an enlightenment program. Grateful to be part of it, hoping to connect in future. Thank you so much, ma'am. We are looking forward to connect with you as well in the future. Team Amity deserves applause from conducting such a professional program. The choice of speaker was excellent. They were all extremely knowledgeable and communicable and well communicated in a very simple manner. Thank you so much. Dr. Smita Premanand, a very good and informative session. Thank you, Amity. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dr. Sunanda Mitra, thanks to the organizer for this informative, concise, and modernized session. Thank you so much, Dr. Nanda. Dr. Smita, we are thanking you back, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you everyone for the beautiful greetings and the beautiful blessings and your greetings. We are really looking forward to make such enlightening sessions in the future as well. Thank you so much.
There are other comments in the chat box. Moderators, please continue, because all the comments and the suggestions, it will enhance and definitely it will motivate the department, because it is a very young department. So Ms. Annie and Dr. Pratyush, don't stop yourself to read till we have our Honorable Vice Chancellor with.
Definitely, ma'am. A lot of other greetings are flooding. Dr. Suranjana, it's a very well planned and professionally executed PDP by Amity University. Thank you so much, Dr. Suranjana, for this beautiful comment. We will definitely look forward to make more such engaging sessions for future researches and future innovation in the field of fashion. Niti,
Sir has joined. So we have come to an end of a 5-day professional development program on innovative approaches in fashion system organized by Amity School of Fashion Technology, Amity University, Chhattisgarh. Now, I would like to request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, Professor Piyush Kant Pandey, sir, to share his valuable insights.
Okay, so thank you very much, Annie. Am I visible or audible?
Sir, you are audible, but you're not visible.
I'm not visible. Let me check.
Yes, now you are visible, sir.
Okay, fine. So first of all, it's really my proud privilege, and I'm very happy to be present in the valedictory function of this 5 days FDP. And I would like to first of all remember our founder president, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan, our chairman, Dr. Asim Chauhan, our chancellor, Dr. Dalvi Salamurthy, And MIT also always stands for a quality. Now its entire things, whatever we do, we try to maintain a quality, whether it is a teaching, learning, or the infrastructure, or even the quality of faculty, quality of our publications, or whatever our outcomes are there. We try to maintain a quality, and that is really, I'm sure, our this FDP, which has very nicely been conducted by under the very able guidance of the Dean, Professor Dr. Indrani Singh Rai, and also very properly steered by the entire SFT department, SFT school, that Mr. Deepti Chaturvedi, NELE, Pratyush Ranjanji, and all other faculty members who are there. I'm very sure that everybody must have enjoyed, everybody must have learned a lot of things. I'm also very happy that a very good number of participation from India, and also I'm told some participation from abroad had taken place. And the program had, the audience and the lectures and the interactions with the various national and international kind of quality people. And I'm really very, very happy for this thing. And I would like to tell all of our participants, if you are happy, then tell others. And if you and the credit for that all correctness and for the goodness goes to my very able faculty team who have been taking all the efforts to make this FDP successful. So that credit will go to them. If anything is wrong, if you find anything is not so good, then the discredit falls on the vice chancellor only. So do let me know if anything is there. So that is my simple philosophy. If you're happy, tell others. If you are unhappy, then tell me, so that we can take and make proper corrective actions. And in fact, I'd like to tell our participants, I can see a good number of participants are there, that MIT tries to maintain the quality, and that is evident in the public choice also, by the students' choice also. For example, I'd like to, just for information, I'd like to tell you that recently the CUET examination results which have come up, I'll be happy to share just a small figure that more than around 1 lakh people, students, have opted MIT University for their, as one of the choice. They might come to MIT Raipur or not, that's a different thing. But the very fact that around 1 lakh students have chosen MIT University Raipur as one of the places there where they would like to study is a testimony to the efforts by our faculty team, our staff team, and our very able guidance of our kind, as I told you, our chairman, our founder president, and our chancellor. So that is, I think, must be there. And this fashion technology, this FDP on fashion, in fact, fashion, literature, arts, these all are very, very important part of our living. For example, right now, as the weather is not so good, as you all know, maybe in this, particularly in this part of India, it's hot and humid, and we are sweating also. So I was just wondering, how the fashion, ultimately it has to reflect to the local needs also. Like whatever has developed as a fashion in America or in the Europe might not be directly applicable to our country. We need a different kind of thinking, we need a different kind of approach, and we need a very wonderful blending and fusion of the thoughts and the deeds. So I'm very sure that this FDP must have taken a one step forward in that direction. I wish that this FDP should not stop over here only. You should have a continuous interaction in future also for the mutual benefit, because the growth always takes place as a mutual functioning, mutual support to each other. You may be from different university, you may be a competitor university, but doesn't mean we all are serving one need, that is a proper quality education and growth of our nation. Our nation, which has from the 10th number in the economy place, has come to the 5th place. And very soon, I'm very sure that credit goes to entire Indians, not only to one person or one party or this one. Everybody is playing their role, and that will take us to being the third largest economy in the world in near future. And into that, the contribution from this school would be very, very essential. So I wish all the participants, all the resource persons and organizers, a great and astounding congratulations and thanks to everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your words of encouragement and motivation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to request Ms. Deepti Chaturvedi to propose the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Anyali. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. On behalf of Amity School of Fashion Technology, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, I, Dipti Chaturvedi, coordinator of the event, express my sincere thanks to our Honorable Founder President, Dr. Ashok K. Chauhan sir, Honorable Chairman, Dr. Asim Chauhan sir, Honorable Chancellor, Dr. W. Silvamurthy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandey sir, for their motivation, trust, and guidance. Let us express our gratitude to all our distinguished speakers, facilitators, and participants who have made this professional development program an unforgettable experience. Your passion, intellect, and commitment to lifelong learning have truly made this experience unforgettable. Your unwavering dedication, expertise, and enthusiasm have elevated our collective understanding and enriched the discussion throughout the program. The insights shared, the knowledge exchanged, and the connection made have all contributed to the success of this event. My heartfelt thanks to our respectable head, Amity School of Fashion Technology, Dean, Faculty of Arts, and conveyor of this program, Professor Indrani Singh Rai ma'am, for her valuable time, guidance, and enthusiastic encouragement. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to my beloved colleagues, Mr. Rajiv Kumar, Ms. Annie Ali, Dr. Pratyush Ranjan Padi, Ms. Dipshika Sahu, Degal Anita for their interest in the progress of making this event a grand success. My heartfelt thanks to our entire MIT fraternity for becoming an integral part of this event. Special thanks to IT team for their utmost support. I express my sincere appreciation for the efforts and dedication shown by the participants. We also want to share that in this PDP, we have received 235 participants from all over the India and abroad as well, such as West Bengal, Odisha, Maharashtra, Goa, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Kerala, Uttar Pradesh, Meghalaya, Assam, Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, and many more. Your active participation and engagement have enriched the discussion and learning experience. As we come to the end of this remarkable journey, let us carry the spirit of this professional development program within us. May we continue to explore and work towards reshaping the fashion industry, making it more sustainable and technologically advanced. Together, let us embrace the opportunity that lie ahead and contribute to the growth and success of the fashion industry. Thank you all for making this event momentous. Thank you so much.